Hi friends, DocChristine here, Dr. Christine Sauer. And I'm here with my good friend and collaborator, Maxine Silva. Hi Maxine, good to see you.
Hey Doc, good to see you too. How you holding up? Cabin fever yet?
Not too much. I'm here in my closet office, which is
Yeah.
our temporary housing, and it doesn't look as pretty, although I put a sheet up to hide the clothes. And I'm
You're so
fortunate.
innovative, Doc. What can I say?
Yes, I'm fortunate. I have a husband home, so I don't really have to physically isolate from him, but from everybody else, of course.
Yes.
How are you doing? You're single, so you're a little bit more on the lonely side.
That's very true, and initially when all of this happened with the coronavirus, the COVID-19, and we were told to self-isolate, and I sort of thought, nah, it's going to pass. It's no big deal. And then the full impact of it hit me, and I realized it's a big deal if we make it a big deal, and there are measures we can take that can mitigate the spread of the disease and the severity and whatever. And I am in that age group that is compromised, so I have to be careful.
I have to be careful, and online communication is a way to physically distance you while still communicating socially. Yeah, in these uncertain times, many people are scared and worried about their future, and even scared that they might catch the virus and it might kill them or their loved ones.
Absolutely. And you know what? I was delighted to see that this morning on Facebook, you had posted a blog and also the description of a workbook that people can then address what's going on in their lives. And
Right.
it's perfect timing.
Yes, and I called it creating your inner peace during scary times.
Yes.
And it works. You have to create your inner peace. It's not just there to find, it's often hidden.
Yes, and your quote from Socrates, I loved. An unexamined life is not worth living. And how true is that? And how many of us really do examine our lives?
Right.
Not many.
Hardly anybody does. And the workbook really helps you to do that. And I'm happy to see that so many people already downloaded it. And please go ahead and download it. In this
Yes.
time, you can
Yes, and I'm one. I did download it, and you know what? I'm not really good about writing. I'm a writer, but I'm not really good writing about these things and putting it in a workbook. But I'm going to do it because I can see the value in it, and it's very good. Things will come out that you didn't even realize, a pattern or whatever.
Yeah, in this time when we are sitting home, many of us are sitting home, and I assume when you watch this video, you're most likely sitting home and have some time on your hand.
Yeah.
And we are thinking about our life, and we are playing maybe with the children, maybe we are alone, and we are thinking, what will the future bring? What really did I do with my life so far? Does it make sense? And that can be depressing, depending on what comes out of it, or it can be invigorating.
True.
And
fear can be stressful
and paralyze us.
It also can go to the point of paralyzing a person.
Absolutely.
Then they're just totally panic stricken and can't put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Very challenging.
So in this time when many people are losing their job or threatened of losing their job, and many people, their job is their livelihood. They have no savings. They live paycheck to paycheck. How long does it take to actually get the unemployment once you get through the website and actually apply?
Yeah.
It is scary. It is depressing when you can't pay your rent. Yes, they can't evict you, but the rent will be due later. And what do you pay it from? And it is scary to be faced with that uncertainty. And it is a real uncertainty.
And the uncertainty of how long is this all going to take?
Right.
I think that's one of the biggest things. If you have a definitive timeline, you go, okay, as of April 30th, I know
everything is going back up.
Right?
It is not. We have no idea.
yeah, yeah.
And really, it reminds us that life is uncertain at its best, and it
Yeah.
can change every second. Our mortality can change.
Absolutely, you never know. So what's the uh, uh, answer for that?
Yeah.
Is to appreciate the moments.
And to give the people that listen even more value than the blog post, with some ideas also what to do when at home besides the workbook. I know, Maxine, you're an amazing person. You were in India, you studied with gurus and all that good stuff. How about you lead us through a guided imagery to deal with our fears in a constructive way?
Okay. I guess most importantly when dealing with fears is to identify what are the fears. So we could start isolating one, because I'm sure many of us have lots. So if you think of fear that you have and put it in a little bubble, and think about it. The reason I say the bubble is because that way you are protected from it going out and dispersing throughout your body. So you contain it in a bubble. But now take that bubble and bring it into your body. Just let it move around and find its place. Because whatever that fear is in the bubble will find a resting place within your body. And once you find that resting place in your body, it could be your chest, it could be your throat, it could be your head, it could be your foot, your hand, you don't know. But allow it to settle. This can be very telling regarding going forward and dealing with fear. So, for me, my fears settle in my throat. I'm a communicator, and so when I get fearful or deeply hurt or touching on something that is way, way, way deep down inside me that I'm not even realizing, I'm not able to speak, and it hurts. My throat is red raw. So maybe for you, you get anxiety in your chest if it should settle there. Maybe it settles in your heart and you've had lots of heartache, unresolved stuff that you didn't realize. But I don't want you to worry, because that fear is in this little bubble. It can't get out. All it can do is allow you to experience the feeling. We all feel. And fear comes from feelings that are out of control or irrational and whatever. Now, maybe that little bubble of fear settles in your mind. And your mind doesn't take sides, doesn't say good or bad or indifferent or whatever. It believes everything you tell it. So tell that fear, I love you. Send rays of white light into that bubble. Now you will pierce the outside of that bubble, and it'll enter deep down into that fear. And you know, it's thoroughly known that fear and love cannot occupy the same space. So blast that bloody fear the hell out of that bubble and just keep the love there. And it works. It really works. Change your thoughts. change your feelings, change your life. Now, once that bubble is filled with love, it's bursting at the seams. And it's in your mind, near your crown chakra, which is at the top of your head. Now let that love radiate through your entire body. Just blast it out there. It's coursing through every fiber and every cell in your body. And it will bring you peace, serenity, and calmness. Thank you for listening.
Wow, Maxine, that was amazing. I already feel calmer, and I'm usually a quite excited person.
But you know, it's the truth, Christine, because you know our mind believes whatever we tell it, and most of us have negative thoughts, and that's what we're saying. Oh, I'm not good enough, or that, or oh, it's a terrible situation. So who's going to die, or whatever. It's all projection. It's all speculation. We don't know. Like you said earlier, what's going to happen the next second? We don't know. So let's create in our minds anyway a reality, a personal reality of love.
I love that. I really do, because everything in life is love at its root.
Yeah.
And I like the idea to let love dissolve the fear and radiate to all universe, because we are all one. We are all in this together. Yeah. And it strengthens your immune system. And as my mentor, Dr. Daniel Amen, funny says, don't believe every stupid thought you think. Gotta have fun. Gotta have love.
Absolutely.
And this too will pass. It sounds like stupid, but it is true. It will. We don't know how, when.
Everything changes, Christine. Everything passes. It's the nature of how we live.
Yes.
I mean, that's just the universe.
Right?
That's
one of my favorite sayings when people tell me everything in life is unsure except for death and taxes. No, it's not sure. You don't have to pay taxes. You can go to jail. But there is two things that are sure in life, and that is death and change. So if we learn to accept.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, depending upon what you believe, death is a transition. It doesn't mean the end necessarily.
Another change.
Change is always going to be there. That's what we can count on. The only thing that doesn't change is change itself.
And download the workbook, because it will teach you how to learn what person you want to become, and help you to transition to be that person eventually in your life.
Yeah, and we're all different, Christine, so it's not cookie cutter.
No.
You know, so that
life is a journey.
Yeah. And our own personal journey. We decide how it goes. Right? So write your journey, folks, in the workbook.
Yes. And if you need any help or support, contact me. Right now, I don't want to sell anything. I don't want to even take any money. I just want to help.
Yeah, that's nice, Christine. Namaste, my dear friend. Namaste.
Love you all. Namaste.